Going into today, barring Alabama beating Georgia, it looked like the Oklahoma State Cowboys controlled their own destiny. If they won the Big 12 title game, they were in. Things seemed to be going the Cowboys' way, with Baylor starting their backup quarterback, and they came into the game as 7-point favorites. Also, from pictures, it looked like they had a larger crowd at the game as well. It looked like their dream season was going to end in a dream way. But that all went out the window as Baylor came in and dominated the game against the Cowboys early, taking a 21-6 lead into half. The Bears dominated the stat sheet, having 206 yards compared to Oklahoma State's 130 and forcing 2 turnovers in the first part of the game. The turnover battle was won by Baylor in the second half, although Oklahoma State's defense tried to keep their playoff hopes alive, holding Baylor to a scoreless second half. But they say it's hard to beat a team twice, so let's talk about that. Before we talk about what happened to Oklahoma State today, let's talk about how they got here. The Cowboys opened up their season with a 23-16 win over Missouri State and followed that game with a 28-23 win over Tulsa when Spencer Sanders returned. They survived another early game this season, going on the road and beating Boise State 21-20 before Kansas State the following week. During their first matchup against Baylor, the Cowboys held the Bears to under 280 total yards, forcing 8 straight punts to start the game. They outgained Baylor 256-99 in the first half. They survived 3 turnovers to win 24-14. The following week, they had a comeback win over Texas, having trailed 17-13 midway through the second quarter. They dropped their first game of the season on the road to Iowa State 24-21, but seemed to crank it to a different gear, beating opponents a combined 165-23 the following 4 games, with wins over Kansas, West Virginia, TCU, and Texas Tech. Going to Bedlam, they had secured a spot in the Big 12 title game, but could play spoilers for the rival Sooners, who needed a win to get in. Joseph Salvador from Sports Illustrated writes, Bedlam lived up to its name on Saturday night. Oklahoma State triumphed over Oklahoma in a wild game that ended 37-33 when the Sooners' last drive fell short of the end zone, opening the way for the Cowboys fans to rush the field at Boone Pickens Stadium. Neither team ever had the lead bigger than 9 points. There was a 100-yard kick return, 2 muffed punts, a safety, and 23 points off of 5 turnovers. Both teams combined for 795 yards of offense and 42 first downs. Oklahoma had a couple of last-second chances, but Oklahoma State's defense remained strong and didn't give up another point. As soon as the game ended, Bedlam broke out on the field, providing what may be a fitting end to the rivalry that may not continue given Oklahoma's looming move to the SEC. After their win, the Cowboys would jump up from the number 7 ranking up to the number 5 ranking, jumping Notre Dame. Going into the Big 12 title game, they had a almost win and you're in situation set up. Things did not start off great for the Cowboys, as during the coin toss, according to The Spun, an official referred to Oklahoma State as Oklahoma, which led to the crowd booing the refs. On game day, the crews all chose Oklahoma State to win, with Desmond Howard pointing out the fact that the Cowboys beat Baylor the first time, despite Spencer Sanders' 3 turnovers, and the fact that Baylor would be without starter Gary Bohannon to start. Kirk Herbstreit spoke on his pick saying, I've got Oklahoma State. Watching them last week, not just the defense, I think Spencer Sanders makes some plays today. I can't wait to watch this one coming up right after game day. The fans also voted the Pokes to win the game by 78%. While CBS Sports wrote, with a win, Oklahoma State can almost certainly play its way into the playoffs. The Cowboys have quality wins over the number 9 Bears and number 14 Oklahoma, and may be a rare team with 3 top 15 wins if they could pull off a victory. Oklahoma State lost a controversial game against Iowa State in 2011 to miss out on the playoffs for a national championship and have not been back since. Earning a trip to the playoffs would be huge for the future of the program. The Cowboys took an early blow with running back Jaylen Warren unable to go. Warren had rushed for over 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns this season. The Cowboys struggled during the first half, being down 21-3 at one point, but Baylor let them back into the game. Even though Spencer Sanders had his 4th interception in the third quarter, his 2nd of the quarter, and the Pokes fumbled, Baylor would be unable to score and was unable to put the game away. The Cowboys defense kept them in the game all second half, but the offense fell 1 yard short, being stopped on a heartbreaking 4th and goal. I was really hoping Oklahoma State would make the playoffs this year, but it looks like that possibility has been shattered. But who do you think will be the 4th team in the college football playoffs? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other videos right here. Don't forget to leave a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.